250 million people are not garbage.
Man, Donald Trump. This dude is the greatest president of all time. Joe Biden, Sleepy Joe, Cadaver Joe, 5.5 foot in the grave Joe really screwed up right before the election because this dude delivered October surprise courtesy of the Democrats by handing the election right on over to Donald Trump.
Look, here's the October surprise. It just arrived. This is the basket of deplorables moment. That's what Hillary Clinton said in 2016 that tanked her campaign. Well, that's the Joe Biden, Kamala Harris moment right now. I am a little bit more cynical about this one, Sean, in the following way. It might look like Joe Biden's usual cognitive deficits kicked in, but the reality is we know his family is secretly probably rooting for Donald Trump, not Kamala Harris, to win because they feel really vengeful about how they were treated. So if you're in their shoes, you know that kind of comment is actually going to tank Kamala Harris. So we're going to put those kinds of motivations to one side. But regardless, it is a welcome October surprise because let's take a big step back. What's going on here? The wheels are coming off the car. They're spiraling. And now you see the accusations of the other side being Hitler or piles of garbage. You're going to hear a lot about threats to democracy in the next week. They are flailing, Sean. They understand Americans are not falling for their trick anymore. Donald Trump has a record that he's running on. They're frustrated by it. And I think it's, in some ways, a beautiful thing for our side to watch this completely come undone and turn the page on this ugly chapter of our history.
This is one of the stupidest gaffes I've ever seen. And Donald Trump, like the true grand master he is, took the opportunity to capitalize completely on this. As you can see from the intro, he's coming in a freaking garbage truck. I thought McDonald's was it. I thought that was it. But no, because of Joe Biden's stupid gaffe and Kamala Harris's ineptitude and inability to course correct, Teflon Don is showing his ass right now because he's saying we're not garbage. As a matter of fact, the only thing that's garbage is the way that the Biden-Harris administration has ran this country. But before we get into more on the whole garbage truck stunt, I want to show you guys what this fool, idiot, Karine Jean-Pierre had to say. She was fumbling and bumbling and gaslighting like usual.
Does he think less of Americans who support Trump than he does of those who do not? Yeah. And two, why is he using that kind of rhetoric? How is that presidential?
So a couple of things. So just to clarify, he was not calling Trump supporters garbage, which is why he put out, this is why he wanted to make sure that we put out a statement that clarified what he meant and what he was trying to say. And so just want to make that very clear for folks who are watching.
His language was not specific. It came out, if you were listening to that video.
I was in the room, Amr, I was in the room.
I'm sure, but if you were listening,
but
if you were any sort of normal person listening to that video or looking at the clips online, you could come to the conclusion that he was calling, at minimum, this one man garbage, or not, if not all Trump supporters garbage. Does he regret not being more precise with his language? And does he also?
I'm waiting for the question to end, but keep going.
And I apologize.
Yeah,
the second part of that is, does he have any regret for how this has shadowed Vice President Harris's campaign?
So a couple of things there, because there's a lot that you laid out. Look, the president wanted to clarify because he understood that what he may have said he understood that what he was saying was being taken out of context. So he wanted to be very, very clear about what he was trying to say.
So they did get around to asking Tampon Tim Walz and Kamala Harris about this as well. And both of them screwed the pooch on answering this as well.
I want to put it into a larger context of your recent comment comparing the Sunday Trump rally to a Nazi rally. And I would also throw in there Obama's bitter clingers, guns and religion comment from a while back, the deplorable line from Hillary Clinton's campaign, and the way that Democrats are seen by some voters as disrespecting them. And I have to ask, does that undercut this closing message of unity from your campaign?
No, certainly not.
What's your response to that? Did it step on the vice president's message?
Well, the president's clarified his remarks, but let's be very clear. The vice president and I have made it absolutely clear that we want everyone as a part of this. Donald Trump's divisive rhetoric is what needs to end.
Trump says that while you were making your closing pitch for unity last night, President Biden was calling his supporters garbage. What did you think when you heard President Biden make those comments?
Well, first of all, I think that the president has explained what he meant.
Biden took his comment last night about garbage.
Listen, I think that, first of all, he clarified his comments, but let me be clear, I strongly disagree with any criticism of people based on who they vote for.
Now, here's the thing. I understand that you're saying that, well, what they're trying to do is say, well, we clarified, so what's the problem? We clarified. Well, Donald Trump has clarified that he didn't say suckers and losers. He's clarified that he doesn't own Project 2025. He clarified that he never said anything about wanting Hitler-type generals. But you guys run with the narratives anyway when there's no proof. As a matter of fact, there's counter evidence to the Project 2025 thing, and there's counter witnesses to all of these stupid statements from John, whatever the hell his name is. But when you clarify the garbage statement, which we have proof and evidence of, there's no proof and evidence of Trump saying any of these things that they claim he said. But when you have proof and evidence of what Joe Biden says, you try to say, oh, well, he clarified. No, no, no. This was a moment of him just kind of foolishly pouring his true feelings and heart onto the table and into the microphone, and you guys got busted. Now you're unhappy about it because you're being held accountable, like you try to hold Trump accountable for stuff that y'all literally just make up and pull out of your ass.
He wants to terminate the Constitution of the United States.
So without further ado, I'm going to show you guys what Trump had to say, because this dude is the master. If this doesn't win him the presidency for showing up and showing out as much as he has been between the RFK Jr., the Tulsi Gabbard, the Vivek Ramaswamy, the Elon Musk, the McDonald's, the garbage truck, the phony convictions, being shot at. Like, this dude is a legend. Take a look.
Hello, everybody. This is Donald Trump, and 250 million people are not garbage. And 50 million people are not garbage. I can tell you who the real garbage is, but we won't say that.
All right, guys.
I think the Democrats have done a very poor job. We're leading in every state. We're leading big, and I think that the comment made by really both of them, because there are really two of them, about being garbage, maybe 250 million people, they shouldn't be talking. That's like deplorable for Hillary. This is the deplorable for Hillary, and I think this is worse, actually. For Joe Biden to make that statement, it's really a disgrace. And I think 250 million people in this country are going to be very happy, because we're going to bring the country back. We're a nation in decline, very, very serious decline, and we're going to bring our country back. Now, I love Puerto Rico, and Puerto Rico loves me. I don't know anything about a comedian. I love Puerto Rico. Nobody's done more for Puerto Rico than me. I took care of them when they had the big hurricanes, and nobody gets along better with Puerto Rico and the Puerto Rican people than me. They love me and I love them. I don't know anything about the comedian. I don't know who he is. I've never seen him. I heard he made a statement, but it was just a statement that he made. He's a comedian. What can I tell you? I know nothing about him. I don't know why he's there. You put comedians up, and I guess he went on earlier in the show. I don't know who he is. How do you like my garbage truck? This truck is in honor of Kamala and Joe Biden. But I just wanted to let you know that 250 million people, that's what I think the real number is for making America great again. 250 million, the real number. They don't think in terms of garbage, okay? They don't use terms like that, and it's a shame. And Joe Biden should be ashamed of himself if he knows what he's even doing. press. Thank you, press. Thank you, press. Thank you, press. Thank you, press. Let's go. Let's go. Guys, let's go. Come on. Let's go.
And just when I thought it was over, he also shows up to his rally with the freaking vest on, looking like a freaking G, son.
From the lakes of Minnesota, right in every American heart, and it's time we stand and say, and I gladly stand up, from Detroit down to Houston.
And I have to begin by saying 250 million Americans are not garbage. This week, Kamala has been comparing her political opponents to the most evil mass murderers in history. And now, speaking on a call for her campaign last night, crooked Joe Biden finally said what he and Kamala really think of our supporters. He called them garbage. No way. No way. And they actually mean it, even though, without question, my supporters are far higher quality than Crooked Joe or Lion Kamala. Higher quality. Higher quality. My response to Joe and Kamala is very simple. You can't lead America if you don't love Americans. That's true. You can't be president if you hate the American people, which I believe they do. Joe Biden's comments were the direct result of Kamala's decision to portray everyone who isn't voting for her, which is a lot of people, as evil and subhuman. And we know it's really what they believe, because look at how they've treated you. They treat you like garbage. They treat our whole country like garbage, with open borders, with all of the horrible things they've done to hurt our country, inflation that should have never happened, allowing Russia to go into Ukraine, October 7th in Israel. All of these things would have never happened if you had a different president. For the past 9 years, Kamala and her party have called us racists, bigots, fascists, deplorables, irredeemables, Nazis, and they called me Hitler. They've bullied you, they've demonized us, they've censored us, they've deplatformed us, and they weaponized the power of our own government against all of us. We're not going to let them divide and destroy America any longer. What we have built is the biggest, broadest, most incredible coalition and the greatest political movement in the history of our country. We're welcoming historic numbers of African Americans, Hispanic Americans, Asian Americans, and Arab Americans. And we're uniting Christians and Jews, Catholics and evangelicals, Muslims and Mormons, and everyone who simply wants to do one thing: make America great again. Kamala and Joe call all of us, and them, even them, garbage. I call you the heart and soul of America. You are the heart and soul. So this outfit, you know, is when he called us all garbage. How stupid. What a stupid word. That blows deplorable away, don't you think? Of course, I thought irredeemable when she said deplorable or irredeemable. I thought irredeemable was actually worse, but deplorable seemed to catch on. But this garbage stuff blows it away. So I'm in this beautiful plane. I'm enjoying myself. I have a wonderful suit on. And one of my people came in and said, "Sir, you know, the word garbage is the hottest thing right now out there. The hottest thing out there. Sir, would you like to drive a garbage truck?" Now, we're about, 30 minutes from landing. We had to do this pretty quick. I said, it's sort of cool, though, isn't it? Because, And I said, I think that's okay, but, I don't feel comfortable wearing a suit. And they pulled up this garbage truck. I don't know how the hell they did it so fast. I have very capable people. They put a big sign on the truck. Did you see it? I think they showed it to you. Yeah. And then they said, sir, we have a vest. I said, well, should I leave my suit on and put it over the vest? But that doesn't look very good, right? That doesn't look good. So I said, all right, look, let me take it off. And then I actually said, I climbed into the truck, but so I said, how the hell do you get into this truck? It's way up high. It's a big one. This was a beauty. I said, you didn't have to buy it that big, right? You have to get it that big? They brought this brand new, gorgeous truck, wonderful driver. He looked like Cary Grant in his prime. You know who that is? This beautiful driver. And he drove that big thing up. And I said, man, this is bad, because now I have all the cameras are all watching. Look at all the fake news. They were, most of them. No, most of them, many of them were there. And I'm saying, oh, boy. One little mistake with these guys and your political career's over. You can't even. So I said, man, if I don't get up there, this is going to be very embarrassing. These stupid people, they'll say, he's cognitively and physically impaired. And I can't do that when I'm alongside of this great athlete. I got to get up to that. So the first stair is like up here. I'm saying, shit. So I had the adrenaline going, and I made it. I made it. And then I gave a little news conference from the front of the, they asked their wise guy questions and everything. And then we drove about 2 feet. I got out, got into the plane. And then I got in the car, and I'm driving over here, and I have this still on. And I come into the arena, and I say, where's my jacket? I want to get out of this thing. And they said, it would be unbelievable if you could wear it on stage. I said, and I said, no way. I got 25,000 people standing outside. I got all these people here. There's no way I'm wearing it on stage. They said, oh, okay, sir. I said, get me my jacket. But if you did, it actually makes you look thinner. I said, oh. And they got me. I said, I want to wear it on stage. When they said I look thinner, I said, in that case, I'll wear it on stage.
What more is there to say, guys? This guy said it all, because I'm tired of being called Nazi. Tired of being called a bigot. They call like all Republicans and people who vote conservative bigots, right? Like, I guess I'm a black bigot. Who am I bigoted against? Am I bigoted against other black people, like Puerto Ricans? Like, how does this work? They call us racist. Now it's devolved even further to Trump being Hitler, Nazi. I mean, the supporters being the Nazis. I'm tired of it, guys. That's why they're getting their ass kicked, because they keep saying these ridiculous things. Joe Biden was comfortable saying something foolish because they keep lowering what the standard is in terms of what's okay to call conservatives. And no. It's not okay. You're not about to sit up here and get fake outraged about every little thing that somebody says that could possibly be perceived as some sort of racist comment when you know the person's political affiliation. If they're a Democrat, you're not going to be offended by it. But if they're a Republican, all of a sudden you're kicked off the show and you need to lose your job and nobody ever needs to see you again. Matter of fact, just throw your ass in prison because you said something that slightly offended somebody, even if you didn't mean it, even if you apologize, even if it's misconstrued, somebody makes it up, it doesn't matter. These people are ruthless. So when it comes to this garbage comment, why take your foot off the gas. Oh, no, we going full speed ahead. The Trump train's coming. We're going to make America great again. And it's all thanks to Sleepy Joe. So thank you, Joe. I'm going to tell you like that illegal immigrant said one time, thank you, Joe Biden.
Thank you, and thank you, Joe Biden, for everything. We love you, Joe Biden.
Let me know what you guys think about this. Drop a like on the video. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. I appreciate you watching the Black Anomaly Rising channel. I'm out.
So this Tuesday, you have to stand up and you have to tell Kamala that you've had enough. You can't take it anymore. You're the worst vice president. You're the worst border czar. There's never been anybody bad like you. Kamala, you're fired. Get the hell out of here. Get out of here.